The song Joy to the World with Joyful Joyful by Phil Wickham is a lot of fun to play. There's no electric guitar in the song, but we do kind of double some of what the keyboard is doing and take on some of those roles. We'll talk in the tone section how to really give your guitar somewhat of an organ sound. And then the acoustic guitar actually has a few guitars, but they're all kind of just layering each other, doing something real similar. So we decided to capo on the first fret for both guitars, and that just kind of lays everything out there. So go ahead, put your capo on, tune up, watch the music video, and let's get started. As I mentioned in the intro, there is no electric guitar in this song. We're going to double a couple parts. We're going to kind of add some texture to what the acoustic guitar is doing. And in this section, we're just going to look at the intro, and we don't do this on the first chorus, but then we do it on all the subsequent choruses. It's a real clear part. It's in an organ. An organ is doing it on the record. So we've kind of created that. We talked about that in the tone section, and it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. It's just a walk down the scale. So your pinky is on what looks like 9. It'll actually say 8 on the tabs because of the capo. And it's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Again. Pinky, middle, pointer, ring on the G, pointer on the G. Real simple part. I just looped it on a full speed loop down below just to make sure you've got it. Once you've got that, let's go ahead and look at that first chorus. Real quick thoughts on this first verse. We don't have to play here, but once again, we're kind of playing a little bit of that organ roll, doubling what's happening. And so all we're doing is you can look at your chord chart. Don't even worry about tabs or anything. Just look at the chord chart. On that first verse, it goes, joy to the world, the Lord has come. And then we're going to swell with the chords that you would use on the acoustic. Just let earth receive her king. 2, 2, 3, 4. And then we cut. Ye heart, prepare him room, and then back on the A minor. Let heaven and nature sing. Let heaven and nature sing. Let heaven and nature. And we want to swell full on that G because that's going to set us up to go into that chorus. So didn't put a loop of anything down or anything. Just wanted to show you that real quick. Let's go ahead and look at that chorus. For chorus 1, we are going to turn off that organizer, kind of whatever that organ tone you're using, and we're going to be doing this kind of textured riff. There's actually a number of acoustic guitars, and in the recording it's cool, they're kind of bouncing back and forth, and then there's also the one kind of driving. And so we're going to kind of combine a couple of those parts and get something kind of a real clear part for us to play, add some nice texture. It's going to sound like this. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's just a looping part like that. So go ahead and look at your tabs, and you'll see we're going to start off on this open E, which is going to sound a little naked by itself. However, within the context of the song, it lands right on the downbeat, and it sounds great. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3, and then we're going to bar and kind of get into our position that we're going to be carrying for the rest of the thing. So you're catching that open E, 2 and 3, and then going up to that high E. Ring finger comes onto that, what looks like, I guess it's, the 5th fret of the G there, and then the B. So once again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to walk up and 4 and then open up that E again. So once again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it kind of opens up that E, kind of resets. So one more time, nice and slow. You'll notice my hand is kind of, to really lock it in with the rhythm, you don't want to like down pick everything. You want to make sure that you're almost, it's like a rhythm part. So you're really just kind of driving that hand, and all the notes fall within that because they're all either on or off beat. There's no like dotted anything. So once again, it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 repeat. 2, 3. And then it'll kind of just hold on that 3 there. So kind of a fun little part. Really make sure you lock it in. You don't want to be all over the place on this one. You want it to really texture. It's not like a lead part. It's more of a texture part. So if you have to back your volume off a little bit to make it really fit, go ahead and do that. So go ahead and dial that in. Let's get on with that next section. Once again, that organ comes in and makes a cool little just emphasis on verse 3. It's in a simple triad, and so if we got the organ tone, or even if you don't, you can just play the chords. And all it is we're just up here on what looks like 13, and it'll actually say 12 on the tabs because it's in relationship to the capo. And just kind of making a ladder here. So pointer's on that E, middle on the B, ring finger on the G. And we're going to go, and wonders of his love. And wonder's going to drop this down 2 frets and make the major triad. So now your pinky is on the B on what looks like 13. Your pointer's on what looks like 11. Wonders of his love. Then we drop it down 2 more frets. And wonders, up to the first chord, wonders of his. And then I actually put it in the loop. It's a pretty quick jump, so you really want to kind of have your eye on what looks like the 9th fret so you can get ready to do your walk down there. So, and his love. We will sing, 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 etc. So real simple part, like I said, I didn't put that part in the tabs because it's not technically part of that verse. However, I did put it in the loop so you can practice making that transition. So go ahead and dial it in, and then finally, let's take a look at that tag. Now, there's no guitars in the tag. However, it's kind of hard not to play. It's that big joyful, and so what I did on the music video is I just dropped out entirely for the first half, and then when it starts on the A minor, you can see on your chord chart, I just played the open chord. So it's just joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love, hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. You don't have to play there, but there's a lot of instrumentation happening, and so if you're in a band, you might need to fill a little bit of that role. Real simple part. You can go ahead and look at the chords in the tabs down below. You can see them there. But that's pretty much it. We have a very limited role for this song, but it's just a nice, upbeat, energetic thing, and we get to kind of lock in a couple spots. Enjoy.